So the next speaker that I'll be inviting, we'll be talking about how to brand and sell with content marketing. And we have Alessio, the marketing consultant, former head of marketing of Mindvalley. Hi, Alessio.
Hello, Tivia. Nice to meet you. Nice to
Nice
be
to meet you. How are you?
doing great, and super
All right.
excited.
Am I pronouncing your name right?
Alessio.
Alessio. Okay. Okay, Ken. Thank you so much for joining us in Marketing in the New Normal. And very, very glad to have you on board. And you'll be sharing about how to brand and sell with content marketing. If you guys have any questions, do put it in the comment section. The last 15 minutes will take up the Q&A. Is that fine?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. You take it away. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for putting this all together. I believe that the content and the value that also the other speakers are sharing is just amazing. So I just hope to live up to the standard and to share the best thing I know. And let's say that today we're going to speak about how to brand and sell with content marketing. So that's something that has been pretty central in my career in the last years. And that's something that I've been studying a lot. So I really hope that a lot of people will be able to actually get some value on it. And the whole idea of today, of what I want to do today, is actually to make sure that I can give as much value as possible. So what I try to do is that there will be in the beginning a little bit of theory. After that, a lot of practice, and then you can ask me all the questions you want. And I start just with presenting myself. Who am I? And why I'm speaking about content? It's because I'm Alessio, and as you can guess from my name or my accent, I'm proudly Italian, and I'm a marketing expert and consultant. So I consult businesses all over the world around the online education space and how they can scale their business in online education. Before that, I've been working for 4 years in Mindvalley, which is why I'm still in Kuala Lumpur, and I call Malaysia my home. And in Mindvalley, I've been in different positions. And for the past 2 years, I was the head of marketing, the CMO. And before that, I was working in Apple in London. And before that, again, I was leading ISAC, which is an international organization in Italy. And so after working a lot on Mindvalley, working a lot on the different content, different things, having, let's say, big budgets, a big team, leading about a 50 people team in marketing, I believe that one of the major lessons that I actually learned about content, about branding, about selling, is that nowadays you can just think about content without thinking about selling, and you can think about selling without thinking about online advertising. Also, in the previous session, Karen was sharing how different things in online advertising are pretty much changing. But what to me is very interesting is that if you are in the right sector, like for example, online education, this coronavirus could be a huge opportunity. And if paid search, let's say, can vary a lot based on the different topics, one thing that we definitely see right now in online advertising in this moment is the fact that the CPM is going incredibly down. That basically means that if you want to target 1,000 users before coronavirus, it cost X. Today, it costs half of what it used to cost before. So the opportunity is huge, and the thing that you can actually make in the market with the right type of content that is able to sell, it's really incredible. So what we're gonna do today is that we're definitely gonna focus on how to tell a story, how to brand, how to create content, but at the same time, how this can be selling at the same time, and how this can be repurposed for online advertising so that we could use it in different ways. Awesome. So the first thing is that I just want to start with the basics. Just like when you need to do a content marketing campaign, what do you actually need to do? And to me, there are three major things that you actually need to figure out in every single content marketing campaign. And the first one is obvious, is story. Like, if you don't have a great story, if you don't have a great message, if you don't have, let's say, the pulp of the juice, then there is nothing else that you can do. That's the most important thing. You need to have a great story, you need to have a great message, and we'll see later exactly how you can nail your story, how you can create a perfect stories that will actually work incredibly well through content. And then the other thing is that you also need to understand from the beginning in which medium do we want to repurpose this story. Just giving an example, a lot of, like, lately everyone is doing it on TikTok. TikTok is rising a lot, and telling a story on TikTok, it's possible, but it's completely different than telling a story on YouTube. And a lot of time you might want to think of your medium together with your story, because it might be very hard to be able to take the same YouTube video, put it on TikTok, and expect it to work. Like, very frankly, it will not. So it's very important that you understand exactly not just the message, the content, the story, but also based on the different platform where you're actually putting it, what's exactly the thing that could work in your case. And based on the things that could work, how you can actually use that specific medium in order to have the best campaign possible. And then last but not the least, formats. So everyone who works in video, work in marketing on social media, they clearly know that now all campaigns, all different social media, different formats, square format, 4x5, 16x9, 916. So a lot of different formats. And for example, if you do Instagram story or TikTok, probably you want to look at 916. If you do a YouTube video, you want to look at 16:9. If you go Instagram or Facebook, maybe 4x5. So it's very different exactly what you want, which kind of format of your videos would you want based on that. But ideally, once you decide the medium, the format just follow. So it's pretty simple also to figure that out. So once you have these three things in mind, then exactly when you can actually start to think of, okay, that's exactly the content marketing campaign I want to do, that's the content I want to create, and that's exactly the thing I want to do. But the big question is, how do you tell a great stories? There are so many stories in the world. How does my story make sense? And maybe a lot of you will just have the questions like, Alessio, I don't want to tell a story. Maybe I just want to, sell my products. And I completely understand. So I'm going to show exactly how you can sell the product first and how you can make it in a way that you accompany it with a story. So what I want to give you is two frameworks that are very basics, but are very incredibly important to tell a story. The first framework, it's pretty simple and is the base of a lot of the things we're going to see today, is hook, story, offer. So hook is simply when you go fish, like you have a hook so that you can catch the fish. That's exactly the same concept in content, in video creation. You always need to have a hook. You always need to have something that will catch the people for the rest of the video. And just think about it. Whenever you scroll Facebook, whenever you scroll Instagram, whenever you watch YouTube, usually the first 3 to 5 seconds are the one that matter the most. Usually on YouTube, it's about the first 5 seconds. On Facebook and Instagram, the first 3 seconds. And there is a high chance that if your video is not catchy in the first 3 seconds, very hardly this will work for the rest. And especially now when we're bombarded with so much content, so much information, so much ads, this is becoming worse. So just an example, if you want to start a video saying, hello, I'm Alessio, and I'm a marketing expert and consultant, most probably everyone will just stop watching your video simply because it's boring. No one cares about you being Alessio or being a marketing consultant. What people care about is what you want to communicate. So ideally what you want to do is to have a very strong first 5 seconds. And the whole idea of these 5 seconds is to be about giving curiosity. It needs to be about giving something so that people think like, let me watch the rest. And another thing that's actually pretty important is that, especially if you do content that is expected to go on Facebook or Instagram, most of all the people on these channels, they actually watch video without audio. So it's not just about having a great hook, because maybe you can say the best 5 seconds ever, but if people have it on mute, then they might not have it. So you also need to think how you can visually represent this kind of hook to make sure that then the people will actually catch that. So most of all the times what happens is that people that do video in a pretty good way, or they put subtitles, or they put just treatments with big letters and big words, so that you can actually understand the hook even if you're on mute. And that's a very important thing, because if you're able to do that, then what people will do next is that they will just click unmute and watch the rest of the video, which is exactly the goal that you want to do. The second part of the video, it's usually the story. So the story itself, what you want to tell, what you want to give, what's the message you want to give. And yet there are different things that we'll see exactly later, but the most important one is about you need to tell a compelling and emotional story. Like, to me, authenticity always works. And people see when you're fake, people see when you try to sell in a fake way and you're not true. just be as authentic and compelling as possible. But in that, you're funny, be funny. You're inspiring, be inspiring. Just don't try to be something that you're not. Because if you try to do that, people will spot for your insecurity, will spot for that, and will just not feel as engaged as they could be if they would actually see something that comes from the true you. And then last but not the least, offer. Okay, here is very important because this works for different things. So now we're speaking about selling. So offer makes sense in the sense that I want to sell a product. Or maybe sometimes I don't want to sell a product, I just want them to enter in my funnel. I want to download a PDF, I want them to sign up for a webinar. But some other time, I just want to have content for this content to go viral. So there are a lot of influencers, a lot of people that don't care about buying something on a video. They care about maybe sharing the video, maybe comment below, maybe something like that. So I say offer, but offer could also be share this with your friends. Could also be comment below and let me think, let me know what you think. So that's also another opportunity that you want to do. If, let's say, if the final goal of your campaign will not be revenue, but will maybe be engagement, will maybe be reach, will maybe be virality. So that's definitely an opportunity. So remember, hook, story, offer. We'll see later in practice how this works. And then the most important thing on when you tell a story is the hero's journey. What does it mean, hero's journey? So the hero's journey is actually something pretty simple. If you look at every movie, every Hollywood movie, every Disney movie, you will see that the same thing happen over and over again. Basically, there is a person, and the first 10 minutes of the video usually is about telling us what this person is about. And then something happened, and this something happened usually call for an adventure. Call for this person to cross the threshold, to go out of their comfort zone, and to go for a journey. What's actually happening is that this journey, in the beginning, might also seem cool, but then what slowly happens is that it will bring this person in the abyss. It will bring this person as down as it's never been. And usually this is the middle of the movie. And funny enough, hardly any movie finish like here, because no one will want to watch someone that just is in the abyss. So what's happening in this case is that our person that in this moment starts to become a hero actually learned something from going to the bottom of his life. And through the thing that he's learning, he's having a metamorphosis. And this metamorphosis is changing him as a person, is growing him, is making him going out of the womb and making him become the hero. And that's something super important. So, and obviously, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that when you're watching the Avengers or when you're watching Iron Man. So it's easy to see the hero's journey. But how can you tell this when you're selling a product? How can you tell this when you're actually, let's say, when you're selling a product, when you're telling your story, when you're doing different stuff. But one of the ways to say this, and this is fantastically explained in the book Build a Story Brand from Scott Miller, if I'm not mistaken, is a lot of time the hero is not you. The hero is your customer. And you are Yoda. So remember Star Wars? The hero is Luke Skywalker. And Yoda is the master that basically tell the hero how to reach there. So basically, imagine yourself not being the person going through this journey, but imagine yourself being the person that takes someone from their abyss and bringing out to be the hero. So you are the Yoda. You are not the Luke Skywalker. The Luke Skywalker is your customer. And you use his journey to make him say, like, me as a company can help you to go from here to there. And that's a huge part of what we will see later in the different example that I will bring about. So right now I want to go with some examples. I want to show exactly different things. And through that, it will give me the chance to show different formats. Because there are different kind of type of videos that you want to do. And very frankly, now I have also a limited amount of time, so I can't show you all the different ones that I've seen. But what I want to talk a bit about today is some type of video that I've seen that were incredibly effective and that I believe that could be really, really cool. So the first video is what I call content trailer. And this content trailer works perfectly in online education. But to me, it works perfectly in a place where you can actually preview the value that the things will will be. So, for example, in online education works well. For example, obviously, trailer, where do they work well? In movies. So Netflix, how do they promote their content? Through trailers. So whatever is about entertainment, whatever is about, so maybe every sports, every different thing, it could 100% be used, this type of content, to actually show exactly your product, to show exactly what you mean in all the different parts of your campaigns, and this will help a lot. So what we do now is that we're going to see this video, and I'm going to stop this video through to make sure that you understand all the different points that I'm having here on the left, which we'll call principles. So this video is taken from masterclass.com, which is a great online education company, and what they do is that they take superstars and then they have an online course with them. In this case, this is Sarah Blakely, which is the founder of Spanx.com, Spanx without .com, and she's a fantastic entrepreneur, and she basically sells undergarments for women. And she started her business alone without any funding and anything. And now her company is about $1 billion company. Literally, she started completely from scratch. So she's in the fashion business. So, oops.
I'm going to tell you something. Every person in their life has had $1 million idea.
Boom. First 3 seconds, every person in their life has had $1 million idea. That's what the hooks look like. So you say something and you're like, huh? Okay, that sounds interesting. That sounds fun. And it sounds also, yes, I believe I had $1 million idea in my life. I truly believe that. So that's the kind of hook. That's the kind of experience that make me think, I want to watch the rest. So what will happen now is that they will show me a bit better. Okay, what's this about? Who's this person? Again.
I'm going to tell you something. Every person in their life has had $1 million idea. No doubt. No doubt. It's just you're going to take action. You definitely do not need to go to business school to become an entrepreneur. I started Spanx as a frustrated consumer. I had $5,000 set aside in savings. I simply wanted to be able to wear white pants to a party and have nothing show underneath it. The entire time, everyone told me no and said, this is not a great idea. But let me tell you one thing. That means you've come up with something brand new. Take it as a compliment. This masterclass is for anyone out there who's in search of an idea, has an idea.
So, interesting enough, what did they do in this moment? They basically shown that this was a normal person. She was a student. And she's like, I want to go to a party. So that's exactly the same thing of the hero, right? So she's like, I was a student, I wanted to go to a party without anything showing under my pants. And so I wanted to start this. And whenever I did this, everyone told me no. And now I'm a billionaire. So do you see the hero's journey here? The journey of someone that wanted something, go for something, everyone tell them no, you suck, you're not good, you're never gonna make it, and then you're gonna come out on top of that. That's the hero's journey. And it's the thing that we immediately make with, because we're like, oh my God, can she teach me to be like her? That's perfect. So right now they go into explaining what's actually next. So they're gonna go into explaining with this video for, with this course for, and what they can get from it.
And doesn't know what to do next, is wanting to start a business or has already started a business. I guess in some way I'm saying, I think this class is for everybody. Before I started Spanx, I actually was selling fax machines door to door. I got kicked out of building after building. And one day I thought, I'm in the wrong movie. I called the producer, called the director. This is not my life. What happened? I can tell you the things that I focused on very early on. 3 things: make it, sell it, build awareness. People are looking for that. I want to be a $100 million company in the first year, and I'm going to raise as much money as I possibly can. And just check in with yourself on that and be willing to start small. Why are you doing this? What's the why? And who are you in the world? Share that part of the story. I mean, the more vulnerable you're willing to be, the deeper the connection will be with your consumers. I hope that you're tuning in and you're seeing me, and I become the example that you needed to say, check, yes, you can. I'm Sarah Blakely, and this is my masterclass.
So what actually happens? they give a lot of content. They gave a lot of examples of industries done, a lot of things, but they actually were able to give content without giving it too much. Because here you also need to pay attention, because especially in online education, if you give too much content up front, then the person will be like, okay, I already learned enough. I don't need to buy the product. But if you give a small part of content that make you wonder, I wonder how she actually did that, then there's a perfect amount of content that you need to give for the people to buy. So it's super important. Also, imagine when you watch a trailer of a movie, especially a movie that's supposed to be funny, and if they actually take all the punchline and all the fun and they put it in the trailer, then when you actually go and watch the movie, it's not going to be fun because you already know all the punchlines, right? So you need to pay a lot of attention in giving the right amount of punchline before and the right amount of content inside the actual program. So in this case, always keep this, and we call it cliffhanger. Give them something. Like if they actually seems to be on the cliff and be like, oh my God, I want to know more about that. Then on top of that, something that you can clearly see in this video is the fact that she's funny. So they use humor, she's very relatable, so they use really energy because she's super great in that. And then other two things that they use very well here is the music. So in other masterclass video you will see there will be people that are way more inspiring, way more thing. In this case, no, the music is pretty funky, it's pretty fun, it's pretty energetic. So it's pretty cool to actually use the music in the right way to convey the message that you want to give, right? So the message that I have here is like, oh my gosh, she's cool, she's inspiring, but I'm actually having the idea that's gonna be really fun to watch, right? I don't have the feeling of, oh my God, that's gonna be boring, I'm gonna be 10 hours stuck with this person. Like, I definitely don't have that. And then B-rolls. So B-rolls basically means what are, like, for example,
I'm going to tell you something. Every person in their life has had $1 million idea. I started Spanx as...
These, for example, are B-rolls, right? You can see that they use some specific video.
A frustrated consumer. I had $5,000 set aside in savings. I simply, the entire time...
To show a story. So it's basically a 1 2 second video that while the audio still keep going, is show part of the story. That's pretty cool because they're able also to tell the story by showing without telling. So that's really, really cool. And then at the end is as simple as, I hope to be your teacher. And I'm Sarah Blakey, this is my masterclass. So that's a very simple call to action. It's like, if you want this, click the button below and buy the product. So very simple, but also very, very, very effective. I believe that this is incredibly strong as a message. This is incredibly strong as a product itself. And literally masterclass.com, that's the only video that they use in their entire marketing campaigns. They have about 70, 80 courses, I think. And all of them have one trailer like that. And that's the only content that they create. So they create a course, they create this trailer for the course, they put it on advertising, and that's how they run a $100 million business. And that's the needed super important message that I want to give you today. The difference between having a meh content and a great content can change your business. Like in this case, they have some great content that convert brand because they're beautiful. They tell the story in such a powerful way. So people are like, oh my God, masterclass.com is super cool. And then at the same time, they sell. So they can make money out of it. And you make this video once. So this video probably was made up, I believe, 1 year ago. And they still go on with this video. They started doing this, I believe, 4 or 5 years ago. And there are some videos done 4 or 5 years ago that they still use. And to me, it's like crazy. Like you can actually do a video 4 or 5 years ago, still use it today as an asset and actually make money out of it. That's the power of great content. Once you have some great content that convert, that will be literally an asset that will just make money for you. And that to me is a huge opportunity. But I do understand that a lot of you will say, Alessio, it's easy to say that, but I don't have this kind of budget. That's impossible for me to make. How can I do that? So I want to give a great example, especially now if you are in the e-commerce business, of what's called a video sales letter. So a video sales letter is a bit more about what I was telling you before. When you want to be the Yoda, when you simply have a product and my product is not sexy and I want to do something that's pretty cool, but at the same, and obviously I want to create a content that converts sell. There is not a crazy story, so what do I do? So video sales letter is simply a very nice video. At the same time, is able to give some good content to transmit some certain thing of your brand, and obviously to sell. So the reason why I'm showing this video is because this video is done in 2012, and this video here is done from Dollar Shave Club. So Dollar Shave Club is a very simple subscription business, and what they do is that for $1 a month, they sell you the new the thing to shave, right? Blades, sell you the blades. So they send you basically a blade every month for $1. Interestingly enough, this company seems pretty basic and nothing really impossible. They got sold last year for $1 billion, and they got sold to Gillette. So kind of the biggest example of blades bought them. And literally for the first 2 or 3 years, they only advertised with this single video. This video was made when this guy, which is the founder of DollarShaveClub.com, was alone, with just like you will see in the video, 2 or 3 employees, and literally with a very, very limited budget. But you can see that if you can be creative in the best way possible, this could actually work, okay? And again here, I will stop and show all the different problems. Notice that this time, the formula is different, and there is a very interesting formula. This specific video doesn't follow this formula perfectly, but all the elements are there, they just shifted around, okay? So let's go with that.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door.
So you can see that here, they did exactly what they say not to do. And the reason why is because also in 2012, the thing was very different. 2012, there were way less videos, so already having a video was super cool, and maybe you didn't need a hook that was that strong. But also what I want you to learn here is how to simply explain the problem in such a simple way. I'm Mike, from the DollarShaveClub.com. We give you 1 blade a month for $1. That's it. Like in literally 20 words, they explain everything their business have. As simple as that. If the video was 9 seconds, I already know what they're talking about. But here, for example, in this case, they put the hook after. And here you will see where they put the hook. Oops.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great.
And here is the thing, this is something like that, and it's so funny, and it's so cool that you're like, oh my God, I want to see the rest. Let's see the rest. So what do they do right now? You will see that they will go a lot more into discussing different things about the product.
Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio.
So the interesting thing that they did is this. They started with explaining the product, so with the product presentation. Then they did the hook. And then after the hook, they went a bit in the benefits. So they say, that's how it's done. These are the features of our product, actually, way more than the benefits. And then they went back on the problem. So on the problem is you don't need that complicated razors that they give you every time. And here, what he's doing is that he pointed out the problem. The problem is this one. But then on the other side, what he's doing is this face. That to me is super important, agitating the problem. So what does he mean exactly? The problem is like answering the question, what? So it's like, problem is that if I'm a man and I want to cut my beard, I need to spend $20. That's stupid. Agitate the problem is like, oh my God, that's so painful. I don't like it. You need to answer the question, so what? So what actually changed this thing to me? And they're doing this very well. I actually never even thought that there is a razor problem. But actually, watching this video, I'm understanding, oh, that's actually true. So let's rewatch a bit these last seconds because it explains it really well.
It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new...
So the interesting thing also that I wanted to make you understand is that they did the 3-4 part of the video that were all about the problem, or about how they actually solve the solution, how you don't need a $20 razor and you need just a $1 razor. The other interesting thing is that they actually are scrappy. The quality of this video wasn't great, and at the same time, they didn't have any fancy facility, they didn't have any fancy set or anything like that. That's just the place where they have their products. But the interesting thing is that they use that as an advantage. Sort of, yeah, we're scrappy and we're proud of it. So second time, don't ever think like, oh my God, I need to be the best and everyone need to think that I'm the best person in the world. That's not actually necessary. And we just close the video.
Hi. What were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are dollarshaveclub.com, and the party is on.
As simple as that, this video really made this business. And that's something that I believe every e-commerce can get. And it's nothing fancy, it's a razor. And they still told a great story. It was still fun. It was still very cool. Actually, the humor in this video was amazing. But that's something that it gives us so many lessons, right? Let's go right now in the last video. The last video, I choose it because it's beautiful, but at the same time, it follows much more the actual thing that I've been telling you here. So you will see every single point. That's incredibly nice. Definitely the budget is higher in this case, but I believe that this is done so well. I really wanted to show you this.
I have 3 kids and I work from home, so people always ask me how I stay so calm and organized. I'm kidding. Do you think I have time for a bath?
So hook, fantastic. Like they start like that, straight in the camera while doing that, and it actually starts like, oh, how do you stay organized as a mom? I'm actually interested in that. And then she say, I'm not. And that's such a great turn. Then I'm like, oh my God, I want to see the rest of the video. What is she actually talking about? Again, YouTube gives some promo.
I have 3 kids and I work from home, so people always ask me how I stay so calm and organized. I'm kidding. Do you think I have time for a bath? I'm fully clothed. I fell in the tub while I was timing my son holding his breath. 26 seconds! Now go fetch mommy's hairdryer. Motherhood goes by too fast. I haven't slept more than 4 hours in 12 years. My diet consists of the protein bars and pita chips I inhale in the dark in my pantry. And my children are growing like weeds, but I barely have enough time to keep them alive, let alone print pictures of them. Because here's the problem. What the fork? Making photo books sucks.
It sucks.
Don't say suck. They're designed for moms with lots of free time. Imaginary moms. What?
My hedgehog.
Really? Formatting them takes hours. It may push some buttons. In the end, they easily cost $50.
So understand that here she's presenting the problem on motherhood stuff. You want to have great photos of your kids, but it's so difficult to do this with the normal solutions.
So when Sarah does something adorable, I have to say, that's cute, but not $50 cute. But at least scrapbooking is great if you have no job or no kids, so not great. Jeffrey, put down the crossbow. I am so tired. Don't get me wrong, I love Instagram, but my kids never see our photos. They refuse to follow me. Hi, Jeffrey! You're doing great! But now there's a solution I do have time for because it takes no time. Introducing Chatbooks, the app that automatically...
Just understand how they are actually really following this. They even brought problem and solution. And after they present the solution, right now they go into explaining the product. And right now, let's see the product presentation. And now they'll go very well into CTA, benefits, testimonial, guarantee, and all the different things that we need.
Automatically creates quality photo books from your phone. Chatbooks is shockingly easy because you already did the work when you took the photos. Chatbooks creates and ships a photo book to you every time you add 60 photos to Instagram, Facebook, or your phone favorites. It even includes the original dates and captions. It's like getting a magazine subscription to your own life. Thank you.
Why is Dad wearing a dress?
Okay, that's me. All right, the short hair was a mistake. Okay? Unlike a photo book site, the Chatbooks app takes only 30 seconds to set up. And you do it once. 30 seconds to record the lives of your kids. Technically, that's less time than it actually took to make the kids.
How do you make kids?
What?
What?
So if you love your kids or think you someday might, click the install button here. Or search Chatbooks in the App Store or Google Play to install the Chatbooks app today. What's awesome is your Chatbooks require 0 formatting. And if you're saying no formatting, that's the only reason I do photo books, then this isn't for you, freak mom. These books are already beautifully designed. Did you do it? Do we get to do the potty dance?
No!
Plus, these Chatbooks cost just $10. That's what you'd pay for a day's worth of diapers, except you fill Chatbooks with the kind of crap you care about. How about...
Go away! Mush!
Then your photo books won't just be for special occasions. They'll be for all the quirky daily stuff you and your family care about. Yes, it's that easy. It really prints and ships your photo books without you having to lift a finger. Thank you. Jeffrey, get off the roof.
Okay.
Every time a Chatbook is shipped, you'll be notified with enough time to edit your order. And if you're not satisfied, you can always get your money back with our Love Chatbooks guarantee. That was really stupid. Chatbooks are made with the same paper and ink as photo books 5 times their price. So you can spend the savings on your little thumb suckers.
Suck!
Don't say suck. My family's life is insane, and I want to hold on to every single freaking stupid, stressful, beautiful moment. And now I can. You can install Chatbooks directly from this video. Click the install button here, or tap the screen once and click the visit advertiser link here. Chatbooks, live your life and let Chatbooks print it. Oh, hi there. This is an actual bubble bath since Chatbooks gave me the time for them. In fact, I'm ordering one now, and I'm done. I did not think that through.
Okay, so this video is actually very successful. They got tens of millions of views. And a lot of that is that when you use such a great video, you get also so much virality. But let's go back into the different elements of this video. So number 1, great hook. We remember she was doing a bath, and then she say, how do I have so much time as a mom? I don't. And then they go into the problem of motherhood. And just think about how this is actually the entire hero's journey, and the journey of a mom that is unhappy, that want to actually take photos of their kids and create photo books and remember these beautiful moments, but she just cannot. And then she become a hero and she solve her problem. How does she does that? Because she met a Yoda. Who is the Yoda in this case? Chatbook. This fantastic app that automatically creates these photo books for you. It's super cheap, super great. And it allows you to solve all your problems that you have regarding the photo books. And at the same time, tons of people are using it. It's super great. And if you don't like how the photo book look, you have a guarantee, give the money back, sign up here. As simple as that, you simply told a story that is so beautiful, so simple, in which you make the user, the person watching the video, think, I have the same problem, I have the same thing, I want to solve it. And that's one of the best ways in which you can actually say, brand your product, because this is beautiful, there is so much humor, it's so fun, it's so nice. But at the same time, you can actually also sell. And that's a really great way in which you can actually make money. Those are very e-commerce products, and every retail, most of all the single product that want to create a very nice content marketing campaign online, they can do it. And very frankly, none of these products, like selling blades or having a photo book, are sexy products. They're actually pretty boring. But the angle and the story that they create around that completely shift the perception of the product. And that's exactly the last message. Content can really change and brand you in a completely different way. So just think exactly of the problem you're solving, the solution you're actually giving. Try to put that in a story and think again that you're not the hero, you're actually the Yoda. and be sure to be the person that helped the other to become a hero, and transmit that through videos. And I'm 100% sure that these will completely change your business. So thank you so much, guys. I hope we can stay in touch. So here is a QR code to give you to my LinkedIn, where I post a lot of content about marketing and stuff. So if you guys want to stay connected and stuff, please take a screenshot of this QR code and add your LinkedIn. Be super happy to connect with you.
Hi, Alessio. Thank you so much for your sharing, and it was really very informative regards to how video can be the branding and can be the marketing material. And I think we have a few questions. Can we take up the questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you think if you use storytelling as video for branding, will it work and bring more impact for branding?
100%. Storytelling is a way to actually bring that kind of impact.
I think your voice breaks in between. Maybe you can come a bit closer to the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what I was saying is that I absolutely think that storytelling is the only way to actually create a strong brand. Every brand tells a story. Like, think about Nike. What story are they telling? They're telling the story of the couch potato that become a great athlete. They honor those athletes and they bring them to all different levels. But if you think it, they sell a commodity, they sell shoes. But the story they tell around selling shoes completely shift the perception of the product.
Okay, there's also a question that they are comparing the video marketing with word content marketing. Words and word content marketing is how is the difference like with the word content marketing? Is it more informative than video marketing?
That's very interesting. So I spoke a lot about video marketing because it's definitely the last 3-5 years has been all about video. Like, even now we're doing a live on video, right? If 5 years ago you wouldn't have asked me to do a live, 5 years ago you would have asked me, can you write a post on our blog? But that's exactly how the things actually works, right? So there are certain things that are actually changing. And I will say that this is the moment of video. And the written content is going a bit lower. Obviously, it's still a possibility. So if you go on Mindvalley sales pages, you will definitely see a lot of long page copy. And that we use a lot because also that works. And there are certain people that prefer to actually have it in written form and do it. Another medium that actually, to me, is still very undervalued is actually audio. With podcasts, Alexa, and all these things, also audio content will become great. And the thinking how you tell a story through audio will become more and more important in marketing.
Okay, I think many people do, especially during this COVID, many people are looking into how they can maximize the digital space, and that's one of the way that they can do it is through this video production, video content, and they can reach out to more people, I would say lah. And I think one question that's how to start when you don't have a big budget to produce high quality video marketing.
That's amazing. So, one thing that I want to show you is, I don't know if you can see this, but basically this is my set right now. Okay. I bought these on Lazada.
I see myself.
I bought these on Lazada like about 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I less than 100 ringgit. And as simple as that, with an iPhone, with a mini webcam, and with a LED ring, you can have a great results on videos. And look at all the YouTubers out there. Most of all the YouTubers tell amazing stories, and literally that's the thing that they have. So it's nothing fancy. If you don't have budget, don't use it. No problem. Just start with what. And then whenever you actually are able to make some money with the thing that you're actually doing with the basic budget, then you can increase it. But in the beginning, you can start with what you have and it's still great.
I think you're just an example of how to do it in a very low budget. So thank you for that. And we have more questions. And what is the recommended maximum length of the video for digital marketing? What is the video? Is length important? That's one. And what is the maximum length that you would suggest is good for video marketing?
So, Selva, that's a good question. So I would say that this depends a lot on where you want to put these kind of videos. So I'm just taking the masterclass.com example, and give you an example of how they actually been doing it in different ways. So what they've been doing is that they have this video for YouTube that is about 2 minutes and a half, which is about okay length. Let's say YouTube, where you could go even till 8 or 9 minutes. That would be the ideal length. But then they cut this video of 2 minutes and a half. They put it on 1 minute, and they put it on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, 1 minute and a half, it still works.
Yeah, 1 minute.
And then they actually take an extract from that video. They cut it in 15 seconds and they put in stories, Instagram stories.
Yep.
So that's exactly the example. So usually when you do a campaign like that, you do a hero video. So you do a video that's big, that's long, that's great. And then you start cutting it down and understanding exactly how can you take this video, repurpose it for different channels, use it much more in a native way, and make sure that you go with that.
So regards to the length, it's about how you maximizing the length of the video itself at different platforms, because different platform requires different length of the video for you to market. So I think that's something that we can take note of. I think thank you so much, Alessio, for your input into the visual digital marketing. So thank you so much. I think many of them are agreeing that visual says not more stories from words, but depends on how it will and need to be used. So strategies on how to use the videos properly will get us into utilizing the videos properly, I would say.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Yes, it's a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for coming on board to Marketing in the New Normal and sharing a lot of inputs. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.